All right, y'all. So after watching season 2, I have reached one conclusion. Jonas Gamora isn't having an affair because he got caught up in the moment. He's having an affair because he keeps making the same choice over and over again. And this episode proves it. So let's get into it. So we open with Matipa leaving her interview, and she asks Jonas's brother why Mr. Gamora wasn't part of the panel. And he's like, he's the CEO. They don't do interviews. What kind of dumbass question are you really asking? Like, for real, Matipa? Get your shit together, girl. Then he's like, don't worry, you have the job. So I guess good for her, girl. Congratulations. And then immediately asks her for a kiss. Like, awkward. Like, sir, we are still at work. Now, to Matipa's credit, she actually says that they need to keep things professional. So let's enjoy that moment while it lasts, because that's the last time that Matipa will be professional in this office. So now, here's where I knew she wasn't as innocent as she looked. And to be honest, she didn't look that goddamn innocent. Matipa makes up an excuse that she has to deliver a file to Mr. Gamora. But Boule, his assistant, immediately tries to stop her and basically tells her, my job is to keep women like you away from the CEO. Now listen, Boule might have been a little rude, but she wasn't wrong. The second that Boule blinks, Matipa literally runs into Jonas's office anyway. So they shake hands, and the handshake lasts way too long. Like she's literally rubbing his hands. Please stop. Then she's putting the file down, and it just so happens to fall, and she bends over to pick it up nice and slow. Like, girl, I've seen enough TV to know none of this was an accident. Now, before we put all of this on Matipa's whole ass, Jonas is standing right there entertaining every bit of it. He could have shut this down immediately, and he didn't. Let's remember that. So next, they're having some type of office celebration, and Jonas gets the call that Joyce is in labor. So he rushes to the hospital, which for one brief moment made me think that he had his priorities straight. I was wrong. Matipa slips him a note before he leaves, and the note says, hurry back for the real celebration. The real celebration? His wife is literally giving birth. Matipa, you have too much goddamn audacity. Joyce gives birth to their son, and this should have been a beautiful family moment. Instead, Jonas remembers the note. So he then convinces Joyce he needs to go back to the party because the shareholders need him. And Joyce actually believes him. Now, we don't, but she do. So now the minute he gets back in the office, he's looking for Matipa. So then he finds her by the elevator and they walk into his office together. And it's at this moment I'm wondering, is he smashing the assistant too? Because I don't know. I'm not putting nothing past this man. After walking to his office, we see Matipa is sitting on his desk, staring at his family portrait. Just really not subtle at all. She's literally looking at his family while she's trying to destroy it. So then Jonas tells her that she should leave his brother. Like, sir, your wife wasn't enough? Now you have to betray your brother? But anyways, so they start making out in the office at work as the CEO. Now the next scene actually made me sad. So Joyce is at home waiting for Jonas, not just waiting, right? She's trying to put the pussy on the chain wax. And he texts her that he's working late. So now when he finally gets home, Joyce climbs on top of him, trying to be affectionate, and he falls asleep. This shit wasn't even funny. It was just so sad. He already busted too many nuts for that night. He said, I tapped out, Joyce. What do you want from me? So the next morning, Mama Grace tells Joyce that when she confronts this woman, she better not let her play in her face. Joyce goes to the salon and she overhears Matipa on the phone just talking real big about how he wants Jonas to wonder why he even still with his wife and she want to look so good and just a real big talk. So then Joyce slaps Matipa upside her head. And listen, I get why she snapped. I really do. But Matipa didn't make you any promises. Jonas is the one who broke his vow, so you need to go upside his head. Later that night, Jonas gets home and he's defending Matipa, telling Joyce that she assaulted an innocent woman. Jonas, getting shit too far. And then he's like, well, Matipa could sue. Sir. Joyce tells him, well, if that's how he feels, then he should leave. And I honestly think that she was expecting him to fight for the marriage. Instead, he starts packing. He did not hesitate. And I think that probably hurt Joyce more than the cheating. Following day, Joyce wasn't finished. She loads all 3 kids into the car and she takes them to Matipa's apartment. Even the kids know that the situation is toxic. Then Joyce tells Matipa, yo, this is a package deal. You don't just get Jonas, you get the 3 children too. And honestly, I was like, good for you, girl. But this is where Matipa surprised me. So instead of running away, she's telling Jonas that they need to have a bigger place so that the kids have their own rooms. And now Matipa is playing chess, not checkers. She then tells Jonas she's tired of being a secret and that he needs to make a choice. And here Jonas is like, I'll call the lawyer. And that tells you everything. This isn't a mistake. This is his plan. Finally, we catch back up to the end of episode 1. The house is on fire. Jonas and Matipa finally realize what's happening and they run outside. Meanwhile, Joyce down the street at her house, she's hearing the sirens and, she's pacing and the police arrive at her house. The handcuffs come out and that's how the episode ends. Honestly, every bad decision in this episode led right here. Not just Joyce's, everybody's. But now it's time for the petty verdict. So the biggest fool, Jonas. There's no competition there. Biggest delusion, Matipa, because honey, you lose them how you get them. Most heartbreaking, Joyce, and that's because she's fighting for a marriage and she's fighting alone. So if y'all enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know who got on your nerves the most this episode. I'll see y'all in episode 3.
Bye! I'll be watching.
And when you feel that the soca done, well, it's more soca to come. And when you feel that the wine is done, well, it's more whining to come.